Hey guys, welcome to another PHP tutorial. Now we're going to talk about user-defined functions. So if you remember last lesson we talked about built-in functions and their functions that come with PHP, and in this lesson we're going to talk about how to create your own functions. And you would do this whenever you have a section of code that you want to execute in your program more than once, and instead of putting that code, copying and pasting that code more than once, you might as well just put it in a function and then call that function whenever you need it executed. So firstly, I just want to talk about the syntax of how to write a function. So basically, if you open up this test.php again, and right now I don't have anything, all the code that I've typed previously is commented out. So the only thing I have is the HTML code for the link to Google, and inside PHP I haven't typed anything yet, and I'm just going to type in function, stating that I'm going to create a function. Let's call the function display message brackets. Now keep in mind that the function name is case sensitive, so my M is capital, so when I call this function later, M has to be capital. And then within the function, and then within the brackets is where I can type what I want this function to do, and basically I'm just going to echo hi there. Okay, now if I save this program and I run it, nothing will happen, because even though I have created this function, I haven't called it. The function code is not going to do anything unless it is called. So to call the function, I just need to write display message bracket somewhere in the program, semicolon, and then I refresh it, hi there, it's come up. So I have called this function. And you can call the function more than once, so if I call it 3 times, then hi there, hi there, hi there. Right. So going back to the function, now I want to create a function with an input. So if I wanted to say hi there Edward, what I can do is I can create a variable inside the function here called $name, and then instead of just echoing hi there, I'm gonna put hi there dot name. So it's gonna echo whatever whatever the string is inside this variable. So when I call the function display message, instead of just typing display message, I can actually type in the bracket the input variable, or the input string, which is ed. And basically ed is the argument that we pass to the function, and then the function will then take this input argument and put it inside the echo tag where the variable name is. Okay, so if I do it again with display message, sorry, I might put in a BR tag here just so it wraps lines. Now I'll go display message fill, and then if I refresh this, hi there Ed, hi there Phil. Alright, so this is a function with an input argument. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna utilize this on the compound interest calculator we had before. So if you remember our compound interest calculator, we had three variables. We had the principal, the interest rate, and the time. So if I design a function right now, function compound interest bracket, and then I have three input variables. I have P, I have I, and I have T. And then I put all of this code inside the function. And then what's going to happen when I run this program? Hang on a second. I'm just going to indent all of this. Where is the indenting? Let me just play around with this for a second. So you can just highlight all of this and press tab and it moves it to the right. So that's pretty cool. And then so basically there was the compound interest code that we did a couple of lessons ago for the for loop. And now if I save this, I run the program, nothing happens because I have not called the function. So I'm going to call the function now by typing in compound interest, and I put in $1,000, 0.06 and 5, and I'm going to delete this part here because I don't want it to, I want it to use the numbers that I'm passing into the function. And if I run this program now, see what happens. So it has worked, but here it should say x is smaller than or equal to t instead of smaller than or equal to 5. So, oops, sorry, forgot the $sign there. Yeah, so if I have, for example, 10 years when I call the function, it'll go all the way up to the end of year 10. Alright, first year I'll have $1,060. By the end of year 10 I'll have $1,790. So right now these are all functions without a return value, right? Because even though I'm printing stuff on the screen, this function does not have an output. Okay, so if I want the function to have an output, basically at the end of the function I need to type in return and then I type whatever the output is. So if I do that, then what happens is when I call the function, it's gonna have an output, and you can see that when I oh, forgot the semicolon. And you can see that when I run this, it still works. but basically, if I create another variable called final principal or final amount equals compound interest blah blah blah, then it's gonna return the final principal value and put it in my final amount. And then when I display that, so echo hang on a second, just let me have a look. So then when I display this final amount, it should work, right? Final amount is 1790.85, because this function not only displays all of this on the screen, it also returns the final amount P, which I have then saved into my final amount variable here. Alright, so a function can either have a return value, have an output, or it can just be executing some code without any output, without any specified output. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. See you again next time.